Hello and welcome to JT Guitar. I'm JT. Today, my friend Will and I are going to show you how to build 5 acoustic panels. But first, we need to pick up some materials. So the plan is to make 5 fully functioning acoustic panels that require the least amount of skill, time and expense. You could do this build on your own, but we do recommend asking a friend to help you. Here are the tools you're going to need for the job. A bubble stick, a spinny gun and bullets, a crocodile sword, a staple gun, pencil vesta, wood adhesive, a measuring snail, and then screws, brackets and plugs, the sizes of which you can find in the description below. If you don't have all those tools, I'd recommend asking a friend. That's what I did. Measure 1200mm from one end and 636mm from the other end. It's good practice to write the length on the piece of wood. Each 2.4 metre length will make one long side, one short side, and the remaining wood in the middle gives one end brace. Now take the narrow pieces to make your back braces. Mark every 600mm. Each 1.8 metre length will give you exactly 3 back braces. Draw a nice straight line through your marks. Using the handle of the saw as a set square will give you a perfect 90-degree cut. Cut along your lines. Make sure to keep your arm into the side of your body to ensure an accurate cut. The pieces that make up the panel should fit together like this. Now this is where your friend comes in handy. Apply a line of wood glue to the upright end of the 1200mm piece. Hold a 1200mm length and a 636mm length together and make sure all the edges line up. Now you need to fix the end in place using 2 40mm wood screws using your battery drill and Phillips head bit. Using self-countersinking screws is best. Repeat this process for all 4 corners. Now that you have the outer frame finished, it's time to check that it fits the panel. Lay your panel down on the floor and place the frame down over the top of it. You should have a nice tight fit. Lay out your 600mm back braces so they divide the panel into thirds. These braces will support and align your panel at the end of the frame and in the corners. Fix the 25mm L brackets to the ends of the 600mm back braces with a 16mm wood screw. Use another 16mm wood screw to fix the brackets to the internal edge of the frame. Make sure the edge of the bracket sits just under the back edge of the frame, or your panel will not sit flush on the wall when you hang it. Screw the end braces directly to the short ends of the frame using 3 40mm wood screws. Use the screws as a depth guide to ensure correct positioning. This should give you a fixing directly in the middle of your end brace. With you and your friend fitting a back brace and end brace each, you will get a batch of 5 frames fully assembled in no time at all. Lay out a length of fabric on the floor, ensuring it is nice and flat. The fabric may look creased, but these will pull out when the panels are finished. Place down your panel and frame as in the previous step. ensure you have an even amount of fabric each side. You'll need your staple gun with heavy duty staples. 8 or 10mm heavy duty staples work best. Start by fixing the fabric in the centre of each side of the frame. When the centres of each panel are fixed, staple along the remaining spans either side, leaving a slight gap at the corners. As before, do this on opposing sides before moving on. Once you've stapled all 4 sides, it's time to finish the corners. Fold the fabric on the corners to give a clean diagonal line on the inside edge of the short side of the panel. This gives a nice professional looking finish. Cut away the excess fabric on the long sides. Figure out which position you'd like to hang your panel and mark on the wall to the appropriate height. If hanging the panels vertically, your fixings should be set 15 cm from each edge. If you hang them horizontally, like we have in our example, set the fixings in 30 cm from the edge. Set your battery drill to drill setting and use a 5.5mm masonry bit to drill your 2 fixing holes in the wall on the marks you've made. Fit red wall plugs if you are fixing in a solid brick wall. If you're fixing to plasterboard wall, you will need to use the correct plasterboard fixing. Not doing so can be dangerous and these panels are fairly heavy. Fix in 2 standard 40mm screws, leaving around 15mm protruding. Hang your panel on the fixings. So there you go. 5 ultimate budget DIY acoustic panels for the price of 1 professionally made panel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more DIY builds, gear reviews, tutorials and other guitar related content. I've been JT and I'll see you next time. Take care.